In this semester, for Part 2 English, the paper title is Drama for Effective Communication. Okay, Drama for Effective Communication. The prescribed play for this paper is The Merchant of Venice, written by William Shakespeare. The Merchant of Venice is one of the Shakespeare's most controversial plays. It provides an exciting opportunity to get students talking about some of the most difficult issues of our day. That is, the tension between people of different cultures and religions, tensions that are as explosive today as they were in Shakespeare's times. Actually, The Merchant of Time spoke of two cultures that don't understand each other in terms of customs and beliefs. It was written by William Shakespeare around 1597. It is a comedy about a bitter Jewish money lender, Shylock, who seeks revenge against the Christian money merchant, Antonio. The Merchant of Venice's controversial and painful subject matter has earned it a reputation as a problem play that continues to ask a series of difficult questions. Okay, we will go through this play in a detailed manner in the future classes. Before that, you should have some knowledge on Shakespeare. It's very important. We have the thorough knowledge of Shakespeare. Let us discuss on Shakespeare and his life and his career, all these things in this video. Okay. Okay. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was an English playwright, poet, and widely regarded as the greatest writers in the English language and the world's greatest dramatist. He is often called England's national poet and the word of Avon. Why is Shakespeare still important today? Shakespeare remains vital because his plays present people and situations that we recognize today. His characters have an emotional reality that transcends, and his plays depicts familiar experiences ranging from family squabbles to falling love to war. The fact that his plays are performed and adapted around the world underscores the universal appeal of his storytelling. Though 300 years have passed since his dramas were written, yet their freshness and appeal is as permanent to the human heart as the glorious Taj Mahal standing on the bank of the Yamuna at Agra. Age cannot wither him, nor custom stale his infinite variety. Shakespeare's fame has glowed so steadily that he has been considered as the supreme human being not only of the English race but of the whole world. The most significant quality which we find in his works is his universality mixed with a deep and profound understanding of human nature. Shakespeare, in the words of Dryden, was the man who of all poets and the largest and the most comprehensive soul. He was not of an age but of all times. The characters of Shakespeare have a permanent hold on the human mind. Universality of idea and individuality of character are his specialities. His characters are representations of human beings, So, when we read his dramas, we find a comprehensive portrayal of human nature. His greatness lies in his ability to touch our heart and induce pity and sympathy, which in turn makes us tender, soft, and kind towards fellow human beings. His observations about life and its different facets are so immense and meaningful that we do not find such a rich treasure house of wisdom in any of the works of the contemporaries of or dramatists of the later period. His imagination is so rich and creative that no writer could surpass it. His language is grand and very majestic. It is above limitation, and we feel that the Shakespearean way and style of writing are above the reach of modern writers. William Shakespeare was born on 23rd April 1564 and baptized on 26th April 1564 in the Holy Trinity Church, Stratford-on-Avon in Warwickshire County. His father, John Shakespeare, was a prosperous businessman in Stratford and a prominent figure in the local affairs. His mother, Mary Aden, came from a higher social background, being a daughter of a prominent landowner, Robert Aden. William Shakespeare was the third child of his parents. When William was about 7 years old, he was sent to the local grammar school. At the school, however, he did not prove to be an ardent learner. Anyway, born in Stratford-upon-Avon, and he received an excellent education with heavy focus on grammar and literature. This is his house in Stratford-upon-Avon. When William was around 8, some wandering players came to his village. He loved their costumes and instruments. These are influences William in his childhood. When William Shakespeare was about 7 years old, he was sent to the local grammar school. At the school, however, he did not prove to be an ardent learner. And his dad took him and his younger brother Gilbert to see the play in the theaters for those times. And in the year 1592, Shakespeare came to London. What brought him to London is not clear, but anyway, there is, however, a story that the village magistrate Sir Thomas Lucy got him arrested, whipped, and imprisoned for approaching in his garden. To avoid any further persecution, fled to London to make his fortunes. It was in London that he associated himself with the theatrical companies. Shakespeare dreamed about becoming an actor and write his own plays. Shakespeare married at the age 18 to Anne Hathaway. She was 26. So she married a girl 8 years older than him. One child was daughter and twins Hamnet and Judith. So 3 children Shakespeare have. And Shakespeare had a daughter called Susanna and twins named Judith and Hamnet. Then Shakespeare left Stratford-upon-Avon to go to London to work. Shakespeare produced most of his known works between 1589 and 1613. Moved to London around 1591 and became an actor. worked with the Lord Chamberlain's company of players, later known as the King's Men. At the stage, he staged his first play. It was a huge success. The crowd loved it. There onwards, Shakespeare got a recognition. Then he became famous and everyone admired him. And Queen Elizabeth I became his friend. He wrote a lot of plays for her. By 1599, Shakespeare and his business partners built their own theatre on the south bank of the Thames River, which they called the Globe Theatre. But unfortunately, Shakespeare's theatre, the Globe, burned down. Along with acting, he also wrote some of the most renowned and studied literature written in the English language. Poems, and Shakespeare wrote his extant works consist of some 37 plays, 154 sonnets, two long narrative poems. His plays have been translated into every major living language and are performed more often than of any other playwright. And they also continue to be studied and reinterpreted. And Shakespeare wrote more than 30 plays. These plays are usually divided into four categories: histories, comedies, tragedies, romances. These are like that. His earliest plays were primarily comedies and histories. Until about 1608, he wrote mainly tragedies. Among them, Shakespeare's comedies, notable comedies, very popular comedies are All's Well That Ends Well, As You Like It, Comedy of Errors, Measure for Measure, Midsummer Night's Dream, Taming of the Shrew, Matured About Nothing, Twelfth Night, Merchant of Venice. And his notable tragedies, very popular tragedies: Julius Caesar, Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, Romeo and Juliet, King Lear. His historical plays: King Henry V, King John, Richard II, Richard III. He wrote 37 very successful plays. In his poems and sonnets, Shakespeare invented thousands of words. And he wrote, his vocabulary was huge, somewhere between 17,000 and 34 words, thousand words. The estimated vocabulary of an educated person today is around only 15,000 words only. He had an amazing influence on our English language. Shakespeare was not rewarded in his lifetime, but he received a large amount of praise. Shakespeare lived and wrote during what is known as the English Renaissance, which lasted from about 1485 through the 1660s. Period is also known as Elizabethan Age, named after Queen Elizabeth, who ruled England from 1558 to 1603. Shakespeare wrote his plays as material for his theatre company. He did not publish them. After his death, members of Shakespeare's theatre company assembled and published a collection of his plays, and this collection is known as the First Folio. William Shakespeare fell ill in early 1616 and died on 23rd April 1616 and was buried in parish church. Shakespeare's writings capture the range of human emotion and conflict and have been celebrated for more than 400 years. And yet, the personal life of William Shakespeare is somewhat a mystery. Shakespeare's early plays were written in the conventional style of the day, with celebrated metaphor and rhetorical phrases that didn't always align naturally with the story's plot or characters. However, Shakespeare was very innovative, adapting the traditional style to his own purposes and creating a freer flow of words. His Anyway, much before his death, Shakespeare had raised the drama to the heights never before and never after reached by any other dramatist in this world. William Shakespeare died in 1616, but anyway, he reached the drama at its height. Thank you.